Hey everyone, this is Kapil Bhatia. Welcome to my channel Infinite Study. Moving on to Python journey, today we will learn how we can use file handling and store our data on a permanent storage device. Most programs work with files. This is because file helps in storing information permanently. As you know, word processor create document files, database program create file of information. Actually, a file in itself is a bunch of bytes stored on some storage device like hard disk or pen drive, etc. Every programming language offers some provision to use and create files through programs. Python is no exception, and in this chapter you shall be learning to work with data files through Python programs. So students, now quickly first discuss the agenda of this session. We will begin by understanding what is data files. Later we will move on to understand about the text and binary files. Next we will discuss about how to open and close file and what is file object or file handle. And then we discuss the different modes of file, and finally we will learn how to perform read and write operation in files. If we talk about the data files are the files that is stored data related to a specific application for later use. The data file can be stored in two ways, or we can say there are two types of files: text files and binary files. Now let's discuss about text files and binary files. A text file stores information in American Standard Code for Information Interchange or Unicode characters. In text files, each line of text is terminated with a special character known as EOL or end of line. In text files, some internal translation takes place when this EOL characters or end of line character is read or written. In Python, by default, this end of line character is the new line character, that means \n, or carriage return new line combination, that means /r/n. If we talk about binary file, a binary file is just a file that contains information in same format in which the information is held in memory. In binary file, there is no delimiter for a new line. Also, no translation occur in binary file. As a result, binary files are faster and easier for a program to read and write than are text files. Binary files are the best way to store program information. Students, as we know, whenever we write or want to read anything in our notebook, first of all, we open our notebook. Similarly, whenever it is written in a file or read from that file in Python, it is first opened. So, in order to work with a file from within a Python program, you need to open it in a specific mode as per the file manipulation task you want to perform. The most basic file manipulation tasks include adding, modify, or deleting data in a file. In a file, any one or combination of the following operation can be performed: reading data from file, writing data to file, or appending data to file. Python provides built-in function to perform each of these tasks, but before you can perform these functions on a file, you need to first open it. It is done using open function as per the following syntax. Here you can see, if you want to open a file, so first we create file object, then after equal to sign, then we use open function and within bracket we supply the name of the file. For example, if you want to open file first.txt, so you must write syntax f is equal to, where f is file object, then after equal sign, open function and the name of the file, and then after mode. As I told you, we can open a file in reading mode, in writing mode, or in append mode. Okay, by default mode is read mode. So if you do not pass any mode, by default Python open file in read mode. Here you can see three different statements are there. Now let us summarize the file open function. Python's open function creates a file object which serves as a link to a file residing on your computer. The first parameter of open function is a path to file you would like to open. If just the file name is given, as you can see in statement 1 and statement 2, then Python search for the file in current folder. Otherwise, you can pass complete path of the file. The second parameter of open function corresponds to a mode, which is typically read, write, or append. If no second parameter is given, then Python open it in read mode. If we talk about the file objects, actually file objects are used to read and write the data to a file on disk. The file object is used to obtain a reference to a file on disk and open it for a number of different tasks. File objects, that are also called file handle, is very important and useful tool, as through a file object only a Python program can work with file stored on hardware. All the functions that you perform on a data file are performed through file object. When you use a file open, Python stores the reference of the mentioned file in a file object. A file object of Python is a stream of bytes where the data can be read either byte by byte or line by line or collectively. Now let's talk about file access modes. When Python opens a file, it needs to know the file mode in which the file is being opened. A file mode governs the type of operations such as read or write or append possible in opened file. That means it refers to how the file will be used once it's opened. Here you can see a table of file modes supported by Python. So as I told you, there are two types of files, text file and binary file. Here you can see the complete list of mode in text file, and here you can see the complete list of mode of binary file. Suppose if we open a file in R mode, text file in R mode, that means file open in read only mode. But the condition is that file must be exist already, otherwise Python raise input output error. If we open a text file in writing mode, then if the file does not exist, file is created. If the file is exist, Python will truncate, that means remove all the existing data and overwrite in the file. So this mode must be used carefully. Next is A, that means append mode. File is in write only mode, that means you can only write in within a file. If the file is exists, the data of the file is retained and the new data being written will be appended to the end of the file. If the file does not exist, Python will create a new file. Next is R+, that means read and write. File must be exist, otherwise error is raised. Both the reading and writing operations can take place. Next is W+ mode, that means write and read both. File is created if does not exist. If file exists, file is truncated, that means past data is lost. Both reading and writing operation can take place. And next is A+ mode, that means write and read. File is created if does not exist. If file is exists, file's existing data is retained and new data is appended, and both the reading and writing operation can take place. Now let's discuss about closing a file. An open file is closed by calling the closed method of its file object. Closing of the file is important. In Python, files are automatically closed at the end of the program. The syntax for close function is fileObject.close. For instance, if the first.txt is opened via file handle f, it may be closed by the following statement f.close. But please remember, open is a built-in function used standalone, while close is a method used with file handle object. Now let's discuss about reading and writing files. Python provides many functions for reading and writing the open files. First we discuss reading from files. Python provides mainly three types of read functions to read from a data file. But before you can read from a file, the file must be opened and linked via file object or file handle. Most common file reading functions of Python are read function, that is used to read most n bytes. If n is not passed in read function as an argument, then read function reads the entire file. Second is readLine function, that is used to read a line of input. If n is specified or n is passed into this function as an argument, then it will read at most n bytes. And finally, third function is readLines function, that is used to read all lines and return them in a list. Now practically I will show you how to use these functions. To better understand the concept of file handling, first we will create a text file and then try to read it through a Python program. So for that, I just create a new text file. Suppose the name of file is first.txt. Okay. And now here I am writing some contents, some lines. A boy is playing there, there is a playground, an aeroplane is in the sky, and alphabets and number are allowed in password. Suppose these are the contents of this file. Okay. Now with the help of program, I just try to read this file. So for that, first I just create a file object or file handle, then after try to open this file. So for that I just write open and file name. So my file name is first.txt. Okay. If we do not pass any mode, then by default Python open file in reading mode. Then b is equal to f.read. Read is a function that is used to read the contents of file. If we do not pass any argument with this function, then it read entire contents of file. And finally I just print value of b. B is string here, okay. And finally I just close the file. When I run this program, you will find the output as these 4 lines are print onto screen. That means the contents of first.txt will print onto screen. Okay. So let's try. Now here you can see the output. Now suppose I want to read the first 10 letters of this file. So for that I just pass 10 here. Now when I run this code, you will find the output is a boy is P. Okay. When you count 1 space 2, 2 and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So I hope you understand. With the help of read function, we can read entire contents of file or we can read a specific number of bytes. Okay. Next function is read line function, that is used to read a line at a time from text file. So for that I just write b is equal to f.readline. Okay. If I try to run this code, you will find the output as first line of this file will print onto screen. So here you can see a boy is playing there. The first line of this file first.txt is a boy is playing there. Okay. But if we pass numbers in this function as an argument, it will read only a specific number of bytes. Okay. Next function is read lines function. Actually, read lines function read entire contents of the file and store in a list. So here I am using read lines function. That means the contents of the file are stored in a list b. When I print the value of b, you will find the output as. Now here you can see, as you know, lists are enclosed within a square bracket and the contents of this file, that means the 4 lines are separated by a comma. So here within a list there are 4 different strings are there and each line is separated with a special character, that is end of line, and it is represented by /n. So here you can see the contents of the list are a boy is playing there, then after /n there is a playground, an aeroplane is in the sky and alphabets and number are used in password. So I hope you understand, when we use readlines function, the contents of the file are stored in a list. Okay. Now suppose if I want to print the contents of list line by line, so for that I just write for A in B and print the value of A. Okay. Now when I run this code, you will find the output as. Now here you can see one blank line is there. Actually the reason is that when I show you the contents of list, /n is there. So that's why here you can see a blank line. So if you want to remove this, you just write a.strip function. Actually strip is a function that is used to remove leading and trailing space, including end of line character also. When I run this code, you will find the output as. Okay. Now I hope you understand how we can print the value of list without including end of line character. Okay. Now suppose the question is that program to reading a text files first 2 line by line. So for that, first we create a file object and open file in reading mode. Then I write b is equal to f.read line and print the value of b. Then I again write b is equal to f.readline and print the value of b. And then after I just close the file. Now when I run this code, you will find the output, the first 2 line of the file print onto screen. Okay. If I don't want to print blank line, then I just write end is equal to quotes. Okay, when I run this code, you will find the output as. So I hope you understand how we can read a text file line by line. Now suppose question is that program to display the size of file in bytes. So for that, first I create file object and open file first.txt. Then b is equal to f.read and print the size of file first.txt is equal to, then len function bytes, and finally I just close the file, f.close. Now when I run this code, you will find the size of file first.txt is equal to 119 bytes. Okay. Now suppose if I want to display the number of lines in the file. Okay. So for that I just use read lines function, and then after print number of lines in first.txt. When I run this code, you will find the output as 4. Here you can see number of lines in first.txt is equal to 4. After working with file reading functions, let us talk about the writing function for data file available in Python. Like reading functions, the writing functions are also work on open files. Here you can see two functions are there. Write function, that is used to write a string to file referenced by file handle, and write lines, write all the string in list as lines to file referenced by file handle. Now let's take a practical example and try to writing onto files. Suppose I want to store 5 student name in a text file. So for that I just write a program. So first I create a file object is equal to open, and then after file name, suppose my file name is student.txt, comma, then after I mention mode. Okay, by default mode is reading mode. For writing I just write W, and then after I write for I in range and then 5. Enter name of a student, and then after the value store in name, and finally I just write the value of name in a text file. So for that I just write f dot write and value of name, and finally f dot close. Now when I run this program, you can see enter first student name, let Amit, okay. Now after completing this program, a file create in memory, and the name of the file is student.txt, in which 5 names are stored. So let's try to check. File open. Actually file create in current directory. So here you can see student.txt. When I open this file, now here you can see Amit, Saurabh, Surbhi, Sumit and Divya. Okay, but now the question is that all the names are stored in a sequence. If I want to store all the names in separate lines, so for that what I have to do, at next line I just write f dot write slash n. Now when I run this code, so enter first student name Amit, Sumit, Now you can see the output is Amit, Sumit, Divya, Surbi and Saurabh. Now I hope you understand how to write data onto file. Now suppose question is that creating a file with some names separated by new line characters without using write function. For this we shall use write lines in place of write function, which writes the contents of a list to a file. Function write lines also does not add new line character, so you have to take care of adding a new line character to your file. So for that, first I create a file object and open file. Suppose my file name is new.txt and mode is W. Now I create a list A and for I in range 5. Then name is equal to input enter name of a student and k dot append. So first name value and plus /n. Okay. Now after for loop I just write f dot write lines and the value of a and finally f dot close. Now let's try to run this code. Enter name now let's check the contents of file. So for that I just try to open it. File name is new.txt. Here you can see, and the contents of the file Amar, Akbar, Ajay, Atul and Ashish. So I hope you understand how to use write lines function. Now next question is that write a program to get employee number, names and salary of employees of a company and store these details in a file called access.dat. So for that, first I create a variable x is equal to int input how many employees are there in the company. Then create file object is equal to open. That file name is access.dat and in writing mode. Okay. Then for I in range x. Now next statement is print enter details for employee I plus 1. Then first I take employee number, so emp number is equal to int input enter employee number, then name is equal to input enter employee name, and then salary is equal to float input enter employee salary. Okay, and then after I create a string name record is equal to, so first I convert the value of employee number into string, then append string or concatenate plus 1 comma plus, then after name the value of name plus comma plus, and finally the value of salary. So first I convert salary into string. And finally I just add one new line character after completing the record. Okay. Now f dot write the value of record, and finally f dot close. Now let's try to run this code. Now here you can see how many employees are there in a company. Suppose 2. So first enter the detail of employee 1. Employee number is 1001. Employee name let Ajay. Employee salary let 50,000. Now enter detail for employee 2. First employee number let 1002. Rohit 65,000. Now let's try to open the file axis.dat and show the contents of this file. So for that I just open axis.dat. Now here you can see 1001 Ajay and 50,000, 1002 Rohit and 65,000. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now if I want to add 2 more records onto this file, so for that first I open this file in append mode. Otherwise it will remove all the elements or all the records of this file. Okay. Now if I want to write 2 more records, so there is no need to take input from user. So for I in range, here I write 2. Now let's try to run this code. Now enter employee number let 1003. Next is name let Soumya. Salary 48,000. Enter employee 2 detail let 1004. Next is enter employee name let Rashi. Employee salary 56,000. Okay. Now let's try to open the file and check the contents of this file. The file name is axis.dat. Now here you can see 2 more records are added into this file. Okay. So I hope you understand how to append record into a file. Now if I want to display the contents of this file through a program, so for that I just write f is equal to open axis.dat, default mode is read mode, and b is equal to f dot read, and finally print the value of b, and f dot. Let's try to run this program. Now here you can see the contents of file. Okay. Now next is the flush function. When you write onto a file using any of the write functions, Python holds everything to write in the file in buffer and pushes it onto actual file on a storage device a later time. If, however, you want to force Python to write the contents of buffer onto storage, you can use flush function. Python automatically flushes the file when closing them. That is, this function is implicitly called by the close function, but you may want to flush the data before closing any file. The syntax to use flush is fileObject.flush. That is called explicitly call. Okay. Now let's talk about standard input, output and error streams. If someone asks you to give input to a program interactively or by typing, you know what device you need for it, the keyboard. Similarly, if someone says that the output is to be displayed, you know which device it will be displayed on the monitor. So we can say that the keyboard is the standard input device and monitor is standard output device. Similarly, any error if occur is also displayed on the monitor, so the monitor is also a standard error device. That is, standard input device is STDIN, read from keyboard, standard output device print the display and can be redirected as standard input, and standard error device same as STD out but normally only for errors. Having error output separately allow the user to divert the regular output to a file is still be able to read error message. Do you know internal how these devices are implemented in Python? Actually, these standard devices are implemented as a file called standard stream. In Python, you can use this standard stream files by using sys module. After importing, you can use these standard stream in the same way as you use other files. Now let's take a practical session and understand about these. Now suppose I want to print the contents of file access.dat without using print function. Then what we have to do, first I import sys and then after in place of print I just write sys.stdout.write and then after the value of b. When I run this code, you will find the output as same way. Okay. So I hope you understand how to use standard output device. Okay. Now let's discuss about the absolute and relative paths. The absolute paths are from the topmost level of directory structure. As you can see in example, if suppose the file that you are using either in reading or writing mode are not available in current working directory, then you need to supply the complete path of the file, that is called absolute path. So for example, here you can see f is equal to open and then after the complete path of the file. Now here you can see double slash are there because slash is a special symbol. So for that, to remove the speciality of this symbol, we need to write double backslash sign. Okay, or we can use like that. Okay, the prefix are in front of string make the raw string. That means there is no special meaning attached to any character. The relative path are the relative to the current working directory. That means if file is already exist that you want to read or write in current working directory, then there is no need to supply the absolute path of the file. Okay. So in almost example, I am using relative path, but in place of relative path, we can use absolute path if the file is not exist in current working directory. Okay. So students, that is it for this session. I hope you understand all about file handling. If you have any query, you know what to do. See you in my next class. Till then, take care and thanks for watching this video.